Hi kids, it's me Diana again, and today I have another story for you because we're talking about Earth Day and how to take care of our Earth, and part of our Earth is the ocean. We live real near the ocean, and we have a story about some turtles that lived in water, and it's The Adventures of Gary and Harry, a tale of two turtles. And here we have the end pages that are a beautiful green. There's the title page, The Adventures of Gary and Harry, a tale of two turtles. And someone, the one that wrote the words, wrote it for his sister, Lori and Lee, and the one who did the pictures wrote it for Coben and Cameron. But I'm reading this book just for you. Deep in the sparkling sea, Gary, the green sea turtle, and his best friend, Harry, the hawksbill turtle, played in their ocean home. Each day they would swim to the surface, that means up to the top, and then they'd dive beneath the waves. They had such fun. Gary and Harry loved their carefree life in the sea, and they liked to visit their ocean friends like Olivia, the octopus, and Lori, the lobster, and even Herman, the grumpy old hermit crab, who was really nothing but a big softy underneath that crusty shell of his. And for Gary and Harry, each day was a great underwater adventure. Some days they would explore deep into the dark underwater caverns and caves. And some days they would search for lost treasures in old hulls of sunken ships that had sunk a long time ago, and they would find stones and other lovely things. There's a ring. And when they wanted a good laugh, they would visit the crazy clownfish who performed in Harold Harlequin Shrimp's spectacular sea circus. And part of this is fiction because there's really no sea circus, but this is for fun. And one day after their morning adventure, Gary and Harry were especially hungry. It was always difficult deciding what to have for lunch since they had very different tastes in foods. How about a salty seaweed salad made of fresh algae, Gary suggested. Well, Harry said, yuck. And he made a face. I'd rather have a nice, tasty jellyfish. And his wish had been answered, for suddenly a school of jellies just floated by. These look like moon jellies. Wow, look at all those jellies. Harry quickly swam over to the largest one and swallowed it in one big gulp. Oh. And Gary expected to hear a satisfied ah because his friend liked them so much. But instead, Harry responded with a terrified, wah! Harry was gasping and choking. It was no jellyfish he had swallowed. It was a plastic bag like this, and it was floating around with the jellies. And Harry thought it was a jellyfish. Oh no! Harry knew that many sea turtles had died from choking on plastic bags, but he never once thought it would happen to him. Harry tried everything to remove the plastic bag, but it wouldn't come out. He pulled and pulled, and his life flashed before him. Luckily, Gary had just completed his turtle safety class, and by using a Heimlich maneuver, the plastic bag flew out of his throat. Phew, that was close, Harry said, catching his breath. How did that plastic bag get in the ocean anyway? Well, how else, said Gary. Humans. They're not very careful, and sometimes they just throw stuff down. Well, they need to be more careful and keep their trash out of our ocean home. Our ocean's part of the earth. Harry was angry, and Gary couldn't agree with him more. Suddenly, Harry's stomach rumbled. In all the excitement, his appetite had gotten worked up. "Well, I'm starving," he said, "Gary. Let's just get lunch." Just then a beautiful jelly floated by. "Look, Harry, just what you asked for. A jelly for lunch." After what Harry had been through, suddenly jellies didn't seem so appealing. "I'll pass on jellies for a while. Maybe I'll try one of those salty seaweed salads." And Gary's face quickly lit up. "Well, I know the perfect place to go." And with a flick of their flippers, they dove through the crystal blue water, eager to enjoy a nice, delicious, relaxing lunch. The end. But let's remember, plastic or other kinds of garbage in the sea, no, we're going to take care. If we have lunch down at the beach, we pack it in there. Then we pack everything out to keep our water safe and clean. The end.